Amsterdam versus San Francisco. What up, internet world? It's your boy Jermaine back with another video. So in this video, we're going to compare and contrast San Francisco with Amsterdam. Now, this was a video idea someone threw out to me because they just left from Amsterdam and they just came back here, and then they're just like, wow, they have a lot in common, but Amsterdam is ran so much better than SF. So let's just freestyle. Let's make a video talking about the two. So first off, I've been to Amsterdam not once, not 5 times, but 6 times, right? Amsterdam is one of those places that I would like use it as a layover. So I'm, on the way to this spot and I'm gonna stop, have a layover in Amsterdam, and then from there, I'm gonna go off to the next spot, right? So I love Amsterdam. Been there quite a bit, right? Spent some time there. Especially like, the touristy area, the area where everybody goes to. And one thing I will say about Amsterdam versus San Francisco, or like our tourist area, they got their tourist area like together. Okay. I've been there and I've never, ever seen some of the things in Amsterdam like you see in San Francisco, right? You don't see people sleeping on the street, right? Amsterdam is so strict about people sleeping. If you sleep in a car, like I've heard of people getting tickets, like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, the police walking around, and if they see you sleeping in a car, they'll knock on the window and write you a ticket. Now, you already know in San Francisco, they ain't just writing tickets like that, right? You can just sleep in front of the federal building in a tent and you good to go. But in a place like Netherlands, Amsterdam, something like that just wouldn't fly, right? I mean, just looking at San Francisco and looking at the Nancy Pelosi building and what it used to look like with all those people standing outside the federal building, selling drugs all day, all night. That's crazy, yo. That's insane. Like Amsterdam, you would never see something like that. Of course, there's drugs around, but not how the drugs are here. In San Francisco, we actually have open air drug markets. Let that sink in for a second, right? You can go and just buy drugs like on the street. Even sometimes they have tables where they selling dope on tables. I never heard about this in Amsterdam, but don't get me wrong. They definitely have drugs there. Amsterdam is not like a perfect place, right? But at least they can kind of hide it off of the street a whole lot better than what we can do out here in SF. Because, if you just go to the TL, it's just out there in the middle of the open. And I think it's kind of insane because now we got this APEC conference going on. We got all these big leaders and presidents coming here, but they're going to make sure they clean it up because they're going to block off 12 square blocks. And those 12 square blocks are going to look amazing, right? This is something that I don't think Amsterdam has to do if they're going to have a large conference where they're going to invite a lot of people with a lot of money in. They don't have to like go through all this crazy clean up their city. I'm looking at the city right now, and this is a week before Apex. Bro, they are cleaning this place left and right. And it's like, as soon as you make these people move from here, that it's going to go a couple blocks over and move over there. So you're really not really cleaning anything up. You're just shifting people around. And it's just kind of insane. Now, just being a tourist, like it's been a long time since I have been a tourist in the city. Like I look at the city different because I live here, but just being a tourist in Amsterdam feels like just being a tourist, right? Like that's what it feels like. There's the touristy area, very similar to Fisherman's Wharf. There's the off the beaten path area. Last time I was in the Netherlands, I went down to, I forget the name, but it was like an hour south, Rotterdam. I went down there. And once again, I went down there. I didn't see anything nowhere close to what I see like in the US, right? Homelessness, people on the street, people holding up signs. Like, man, I want to say like, I don't know. The crazy thing about Amsterdam and San Francisco, they actually have a lot in common. Like, look at the marijuana laws, okay? Now, I think the marijuana laws in Amsterdam have kind of changed a little bit. I don't think is as open with tourists as it once was, but then you can still go there and smoke. Of course, in the city, you can smoke weed, right? They've opened up so many more dispensaries, and that's good for tax dollars. That's also good for jobs because we definitely need jobs and the city needs to make money. But it's not just weed that you see here. You see people smoking fentanyl on the street around here. Now, I'm sure somewhere in Amsterdam, somebody's probably smoking fentanyl, but in the city, that's like normal in certain neighborhoods. It's normal you go down certain streets at certain hours of the day and you see people leaning over. And when I mean leaning over, they're basically standing up on their 2 feet, but they're bending over and like they're almost touching their toes, but they're just like hanging out. That's sad. That's a sad sight. That is a very sad sight, especially when you have tourists coming to our city to see our city. And as they're going around our city, they see someone that is zombied out. That is sad, yo. That is freaking sad. Like, we should be ashamed of ourselves living here, yo. Like, for real, we should be ashamed of ourselves living here. That's messed up that you have this many people on the street and it's just like, it's cool, you know. Other countries like this just don't fly, yo. It don't fly. I think it's kind of insane how just the cultures are very different, right? The cultures are different. Out here, it's like a culture of people have the right to sleep on the street and they shouldn't be moved. How insane is that? Like, how insane is that? Like, it's okay to leave them there on the street and let them destroy themselves versus to help them. Like, San Francisco versus Amsterdam. See, the thing about Amsterdam, a place like Amsterdam, they rely a lot on tourism, okay? Because in Europe, countries are much smaller. So if you want to go from Paris to Amsterdam, it's not that far. If you want to go from Amsterdam to London, it's not that far. If you want to go from Amsterdam to Barcelona, a couple hours on an airplane, you'll be there, okay? San Francisco, on the other hand, yeah, it's a cool place. It's in California. People want to see California. But then at the same time, look at how tourism has dropped big time here, okay? You go through Fisherman's Wharf, which is our tourist area. It's so many hotels that are still not even open yet because there's not the demand. You go to Civic Center, it's hotels that are not open yet because they just don't have the demand. Like, people aren't coming here like they used to because all over the news they're showing this place is a mess, this place is a zoo. That has basically killed tourism. San Francisco loved tourism, yo. It was like a big thing. Amsterdam, their tourism is not dying like it is in SF. I don't think any city's tourism is dying like it is in SF, right? I mean, I'm talking to people in New York and they're like, man, it's just popping. This city's back. You know, yeah, people are moving away and yeah, they do have a migrant problem. But for the most part, things are back to normal. Like, things are moving, you know? Just the financial district, man, it can't catch a break. Like, it literally can't catch a break. I'm actually wondering, like, is everything gonna close? You know, are we gonna go there one day and it's like 8 square blocks and everything on those 8 square blocks are closed? Will it be 4 square blocks? Everything on them 4 square blocks closed? Like how bad would it get? I guess San Francisco is sort of it's a different type of city than Amsterdam. It's more of a tech city. It's more of a tech hub, right? Maybe some people wouldn't agree with that, but for the most part, for the US, it's kind of a tech hub and it's a very transit place. Now, Amsterdam, it's a quite transit place, but they also haven't had the same like gentrification problems like San Francisco has had. Definitely, Amsterdam has had their gentrification problems, but I don't think any place in the world has had a gentrification problems like San Francisco, and all the displacement that have went on. And that's with the influx of all these high-paying jobs and all these people moving in and bidding up prices. I don't think Amsterdam has really, you know, suffered from stuff like that. I don't think most cities have really suffered from what San Francisco has suffered from. And also, we're sort of unique because we're kind of like, you know, we're in an earthquake zone, so it's just a matter of time before that happens. We're also a very small city. You know, I think when people come here, they think that, oh, San Francisco is going to be like London or it's going to be like New York. No, it's not going to be as busy as London. It's not going to be as busy as New York. It definitely has a big city vibe in a lot of neighborhoods, in some neighborhoods. But then other neighborhoods, it has this sort of low-key, chill, laid-back vibe to it, right? There's a lot going on. You know, you definitely sort of almost need a car to freely move around the city. Now, when you're in downtown, you can get away with public transit. And downtown is where all the tourists go for the most part. But if you're on the other side of the city, yeah, you might need a car. But in a place like London or New York, you can be basically anywhere in London and anywhere in New York, and you don't really need a car to get around. But if you go out to like Ocean Beach, yeah, you can take a bus out there, but it's not like so convenient, right? If you're in like downtown Manhattan and you want to go to like, you know, Coney Island, you can just jump on a train and just be at Coney Island. You can just be hanging out on the beach, right? I mean, you can do that in SF. I guess you can take the Judith and go all the way to Ocean Beach. But like, it's not a big city. Like, it is a big city compared to other places around California, but it's definitely not comparable to a London or New York. And I would kind of put Amsterdam in that same category because, yeah, Amsterdam, they don't have a lot of tall buildings. It's not as densely populated as San Francisco. But on the streets, the times I was there, it felt like it was really busy. I never ever noticed that, like, oh wow, I'm the only one walking on this intersection. I'm the only one walking on this block. No, Amsterdam was a lot more lively. Like, there's way more going on the streets. There's way more people walking, right? San Francisco, there's plenty of neighborhoods you can go. You be the only one on the street, and this is multiple hours of the day. Like, right now, I'm in Golden Gate Park filming this video, and, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm sitting in the park, and I don't see anybody. Like, right now, I definitely see some people, but it's also a really nice day, you know? But yeah, the two cities, they have a lot in common, how they're very progressive. San Francisco is extremely progressive, but as well as Amsterdam, it's very progressive. You look at Amsterdam, they've legalized prostitution. I wonder why they haven't legalized prostitution in San Francisco. I guess that the state practically legalized prostitution. I'm surprised San Francisco doesn't even have a red light district, right? I mean, I guess it kind of does. It's not official, but it's official enough. You know, I guess they got Cap Street in the Mission District, right? You know, you definitely see girls out over there. I've actually never even went over there and checked it out because usually that hour I'm just not out. I'm like usually somewhere else in the city. But yeah, I'm surprised that they, you know, that haven't legalized prostitution here and made an actual red light district and give the tourists more things to do, right? I guess there's other things they could do in SF. They could also open casinos that could change the city and make the city like a different place. I don't exactly remember if there are casinos in Amsterdam. I know for sure there were casinos in Rotterdam because I ended up going to a casino at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was there like gambling, and this was like right outside of Rotterdam, and it was pretty dope. Don't know if they have gambling there. Here in the city, San Francisco, we don't really have gambling. We have like lottery tickets, but we don't have like, you know, a casino or anything. You have to go to like, you have to leave the city and, you know, find a place to go gamble, that sort of things. But we need to figure out ways to like save the city because the city's dying. And honestly, I'm not really tripping. I'm just like, I live here. This is how it's going. Like, I love this place. It's sad. Maybe I'll stick around, you know, maybe I'll move and go travel, go somewhere else in the world. But for the most part, you know, comparing Amsterdam and San Francisco, they have a lot in common. They're both very expensive. When I first went to Amsterdam 10 years ago, I didn't think it was that expensive. But over the years, I want to say it's like dang near on par with San Francisco, if not more, because I haven't been to Amsterdam in a couple of years now. But the last time I was there, I was blown away with those prices. But people say the same thing about San Francisco, especially food prices. Like, food prices are bananas around here. They be charging for food, yo. I mean, $25 for lunch. I mean, with this inflation, man, man, these prices are killing me. I'm gonna have to start making me a lunch. I got some chickpeas and some red sauce with some hemp seeds in here. Yeah, that's how you save money around here. Start packing a lunch, yo. But anyway, I wanted to make a quick video talking about Amsterdam. You know, the homeless situation. Like, you just don't see it. You don't see the drug situation, bro. You don't see the massive shoplifting. Like, you don't see, you know, folks running around with masks, running in and out of stores and stuff. You don't see, like, all these security guards fighting people for shoplifting, right? You know, if you want to stop shoplifting, why don't you just change the laws, right? Why don't you just change the laws, right? But no, that's not how California thinks. California is like, oh, we have to be open to everyone. Even if you don't have what I have, it's okay. You can take what I have, and I won't say anything because I have more than you. Like, we need to stop this whole stupid crap, y'all. We need to, like, change because that's why our city's burning, you know? But someone like me, I shouldn't even trip. It's not like I have a house here. It's not like I have a business here, you know? When this junk catch on fire, like, I can just get in my car and pack up and just leave, go somewhere else, you know? But this is a place I've lived here for more than 10 years, and I really like the place, right? I've spent a lot of time here. I think it's wonderful. And I think there's a lot of great people here. I think this place is amazing, especially all the microclimates and the phenomenal weather and like how we don't get that much rain and how it's so nice in the winter, you know? There's so many benefits of living here, you know? And I don't want to just like leave, but yeah, I mean, once you live here for a while, you kind of get used to it. You kind of go with the flow. But anyway, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go get off here, do some other things. But I want to make a video talking about Amsterdam. Talk about why that joint is a little bit different from SF. Compare and contrast the two. But for now, I'm out. I love all of y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. If y'all want to see more videos like this from me, definitely hit that subscribe button. If you got more video recommendations, put them down in the comments. I will be checking them out. I'll be making more videos, chit-chatting, doing a little bit of talking, you know what I'm saying? But for now, I'm out. Bye-bye. Ow! Give your boy a thumbs up.